Florida is home to a ton of insanely epic places to go snorkeling, like shallow reefs with lots of marine life and mysterious sunken statues, to pristine springs and easy spots perfect for beginners. In this video, I'm going to show you the best places for snorkeling in Florida, including some total hidden gems that you may have never heard of. Are you ready? Let's get started. First up, we have Alligator Reef Lighthouse, located about 4.5 miles off the coast of Islamorada in the Florida Keys. Now, if I had to pick just one place in Florida to be my favorite saltwater snorkeling spot, it would be Alligator Reef. This place is absolutely fantastic. You will need to have your own boat to get out here, or you can take a tour, rent a boat, or go on a charter. What I love so much about this place is that the reef is relatively shallow, with some places being only 8 feet deep, so you can easily float on the surface and enjoy spotting all of the abundant marine life that call this reef home. The visibility here is also the best I've found in the Florida Keys, and although that does depend on the day and the conditions, the water clarity here is pretty spectacular. Despite the name, there are no alligators at this reef. It is named for the USS Alligator, a Navy schooner that ran aground here in 1822. I have never seen such diverse marine life, such incredible water clarity, and such shallow snorkeling as I do at Alligator Reef. This place is a must visit. Up next is Silver Glen Springs, located in Ocala National Forest. Now, if I had to pick just one place to be my favorite freshwater snorkeling spot in Florida, this is it. The water here is literally as clear as a swimming pool and is some of the most pristine water I have ever seen in my entire life. During the winter months, you may even be able to spot manatees, and if you're lucky enough to see them, you should only observe them from a good distance and never touch them. Boating is only allowed in the spring run, not the swimming area, so you're safe to snorkel here, and the water temperature is a constant 72 degrees Fahrenheit year-round. This spring produces 65 million gallons of fresh water each and every day, and you can really feel the power of the water when you swim over the spring boil. When you go underwater at Silver Glen Springs, it feels like you can see forever. The water clarity here is phenomenal, and if you haven't been, you really should make time to experience it. Now, I want to ask you a question. Would you go snorkeling under a bridge? I hope your answer was yes, because our next stop is going to be snorkeling under the Blue Heron Bridge, which is located in Palm Beach County. This is the best shore dive and snorkel site in the USA, but many people have never even heard of it. You're going to want to park at Phil Foster Park, which is 100% free, and then head under the Blue Heron Bridge and get in the water. Then you'll arrive at the snorkel trail full of artificial reefs, a variety of small shipwrecks, and tons of incredible marine life. My insider tip is to only try and snorkel here at high tide, so if the high tide is at 2 p.m., you want to arrive and swim from 1 to 3 p.m. This is the only way to see the best and bluest water, otherwise it will be murky and not worth it. The visibility will be quite poor. There is so much to see here, and you don't need a tour or a dive boat. Just park your car, hop in the water, and explore. Number 4, we have Looe Key Reef, which is located about 6 miles off the coast of Ramrod Key in the Florida Keys. Now, if you're looking to snorkel with sharks, this is the place to go, and while there are no guarantees with nature, a variety of sharks do frequent Looe Key, so that really ups your chances. This is a classic spur and groove reef with tons of coral and a large variety of fish. I honestly think that this reef had the best diversity of anywhere that we've snorkeled in Florida. There is just so much to see. There are tours that go here, you can bring your own boat, or charter one with or without a captain. You cannot anchor on the reef, you must use the mooring balls, which is common for Florida reefs, and the depth of the reef varies from about 20 to 30 feet to quite shallow, maybe around 6 feet at the top of the reef in lower tide. If you're looking to see diverse marine life, including the possibility of multiple shark sightings, Looe Key is the place to go. Next up is Devil's Den, located in Williston, and yes, you really can swim in this prehistoric underground oasis with the most jaw-dropping blue water. This is actually an ancient sinkhole that has rocks in it dating over 33 million years ago. I also love that this is the only spring in the state where you won't see any alligators, so if you're worried, this is the perfect spot for you, and I mean, this truly is the coolest experience. There's a few things to know before you go. First, it's over 50 feet deep. You must be a strong swimmer to visit here. They only allow snorkeling or scuba diving, and you cannot wear a flotation device. It is a constant 72 degrees Fahrenheit, but since you're swimming in a cave, it definitely feels colder than other springs, I'm not gonna lie. It is essential to make a reservation online in advance in order to be able to snorkel at Devil's Den. I would hate for you to drive all the way out here and miss the chance to swim at this prehistoric underground oasis. Number 6 is John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park, located 5 miles off the coast of Key Largo in the Florida Keys. This place was the USA's first undersea park and encompasses 70 nautical square miles, so there's lots to do here, tons of snorkel spots within the park, and a variety of tours that go out in case you didn't want to rent a boat or take your own. First up, I highly recommend visiting Christ of the Abyss, which is a 9-foot tall bronze statue that was lowered into the Atlantic in 1965. This spot had been on my bucket list for a while, and it didn't disappoint. What a unique thing to see. Next, there are literally tons of snorkel and dive spots in John Pennekamp, so you're spoiled for choice. I also visited Molasses Reef and French Reef. Something to keep in mind about this park as compared to other locations in the Florida Keys is that the current here is quite intense. Honestly, the strongest I've felt in my life, so keep this in mind when you're planning your visit. If you've ever wanted to snorkel a bunch of Florida springs at one time without all the driving, you are going to love Ginnie Springs, which is located about 45 minutes away from Gainesville. First, there's the namesake Ginnie Spring, which is this very large area and one of the most popular places in the park. Next up, we have Devil's Spring System, starting with Little Devil. This one is so cool and like a crack in the earth. And then there is an absolutely magical spring run that you can snorkel between the Devil Springs, and then you'll come to Devil's Eye. The water here is crystal clear, and it is so fun to swim down into the hole. Number 3 is Dogwood Springs. I think this one is kind of underrated. There is a beautiful spring boil to swim over and an amazing spring run. Number 4, we have Twin Springs, which is where the Ginnie Springs tube run lets out. This one is gorgeous. And finally, we have Deer Springs, which is beautiful as well. If you want to snorkel at multiple Florida springs, all in one park, without a ton of driving, Ginnie Springs is the place to be. Number 8, we have Peanut Island, which is located in the Palm Beaches. This is a super unique island located on the Intracoastal where you can snorkel and see beautiful clear blue water. You can get here by a ferry boat, which is what I usually take. You can take your own boat, or you can even paddleboard from shore because it's really close. As soon as you arrive, you step into this beautiful tropical oasis filled with great beaches to explore. The water here is crystal clear and blue, making it perfect for snorkeling or swimming. My biggest tip is to try and visit Peanut Island around high tide. This is when the water is at its bluest and prettiest, and if you go at low tide, it isn't quite as striking and the visibility is pretty poor. If you're trying to beat the crowds, just go away from where the ferry lets you off for tons of space without all the people. This is some of the best shore snorkeling in Florida, and I don't really hear people talking about it. It is a must visit. Up next, I'm taking you to Hart Springs, which is a family-friendly natural swimming hole about 1 hour from Gainesville and 2 hours from Tampa. I think that this is easily the best spring in Florida if you're looking to snorkel with lots of wildlife. I saw tons of turtles and a variety of fish, all during a very short swim. What I love about Hart Springs is that it's great for young children, so if you're looking to introduce your kids into an easy snorkeling environment, this is the place to go. It's also fantastic for babies and toddlers because there is a zero entry ramp to get in, and then a variety of super shallow areas where they can splash around without getting too deep. When the older kids and adults are done snorkeling, there's also this cool jumping off platform where you can jump off into the deeper parts. This park costs about $5 per person during the high season and $3 during the low season, and the best part is seniors over the age of 65 and toddlers under the age of 5 are completely free, making Hart Springs a fun day out for the whole family. For number 10, we are heading 70 miles off the coast of Key West to Dry Tortugas National Park. This is a true bucket list experience and home to some of the best snorkeling in Florida with the most beautiful water, and it feels like you're on a deserted island because you basically are. You can snorkel right off the beach here, and the best place to go is to follow the wall of the moat all along the fort. Once you're done snorkeling, I highly recommend setting aside some time to explore the historic Fort Jefferson, go on a ranger-led tour, relax on the beach, and go birdwatching. The two main ways to get to Dry Tortugas are the ferry or the seaplane. Both consistently sell out, so I highly recommend making your reservations well in advance of your trip. I do want to note that this is an expensive day trip, so definitely save up, but Dry Tortugas will not disappoint. This is a truly memorable experience. Next up, we have Ichetucknee Springs, located in Fort White in North Florida. The water here is crystal clear and incredibly blue. It is truly spectacular. My favorite thing about this park is that you have this beautiful spring head to snorkel in, which feels like a tropical oasis, but then if you take this boardwalk and hike about half a mile, you will come to a second spring known as the Blue Hole. This one is super deep and powerful. The water really is quite an intense blue color here, so if you plan to snorkel this spot, just know that the current is fairly intense. Compared to other spots on this list, there isn't quite as much wildlife here, but I love that you get to visit two springs in one park, and the Blue Hole really is such a unique and different snorkel site and very popular for freedivers. The water at Ichetucknee Springs is 72 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, so it may feel a bit chilly, but it's totally worth it to snorkel in this stunning crystal clear water. Number 12 is Grouper Reef, located off the coast of Inlet Beach in the Florida Panhandle. This area of Florida is called the Emerald Coast, and for a good reason. It is home to gorgeous emerald green water and a variety of great snorkel spots, including Grouper Reef. This is an artificial reef in the shape of a fish with over 90 individual reefs to explore. It's located around 970 feet off the beach and is in 12 to 21 feet deep of water. If you plan to stay along Highway 30A in Florida, there are a variety of similar reefs located in the area that you can snorkel around. Up next, we have Sombrero Reef, located around 5 miles off the coast of Marathon in the Florida Keys. This is actually the largest reef formation in the Middle Keys, featuring a classic spur and groove formation and the Sombrero Key Lighthouse, which was completed in 1858. This is a great spot for beginners as there's lots of shallower areas at the top of the reef, with depths of the channels between the reefs getting to around 20 to 30 feet, so there's a variety of underwater terrain to explore. This reef uses the mooring ball system if you're taking your own boat or renting, but of course you can always charter a boat with a captain or go on a tour to enjoy all that Sombrero Reef has to offer. Our final stop takes us to Fort DeSoto Park, which is home to a sunken fort on a beach that you can snorkel around. It's located at the mouth of Tampa Bay and is the definition of a unique place to visit in Florida. Here, you'll find the submerged ruins of Battery Bigelow, which creates a haven for marine life, making for interesting snorkeling near the Tampa Bay area. My insider tip is to check the weather and the surf forecast in advance. If it's too wavy or rainy, the water clarity won't be good, but on a clear day, this is a beautiful place to visit. Once you're done swimming, leave time to check out Fort de Soto itself, where you can climb on top for the best views over the beach and even go inside. All it takes to find some of the most pristine and breathtaking snorkeling in Florida is a little insider knowledge. I hope you use this list in this video to start exploring some of these gorgeous underwater worlds that we have right here in the Sunshine State. So, which spot will you visit first? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll see you next time.